Hey everybody, my name is Michael McClintock, and today I would like to talk to you about fretting hand guitar technique. I'm left-handed, so I'm very programmed to just say left hand when referring to my fretting hand. So if you play the opposite direction, I apologize, but it's just, I can't help it. So let's jump in. The majority of us, when we start playing, we tend to keep our thumb high on the neck, a slightly tense wrist, like up, not relaxed, and also a tense shoulder. The shoulder comes up. Now, there's nothing really wrong with playing like this. I played like this for years, and I still play like this if I want to play some blues, some rock licks, some things that require bending. I absolutely bring my thumb and hand up, and it helps. But when I'm playing some more demanding lines or some stretched out stuff, I tend to adjust my technique to this. So we're gonna lower the shoulder down. We're gonna relax the left shoulder. We're gonna relax the left wrist a lot. And now when I start to relax the wrist, I notice my thumb begins to come down the back of the neck. Now, I like this guitar. It's cool. It's a coincidence that I have this line coming down the middle, but I tend to keep my thumb roughly somewhere on that line. If I'm on the low E string or the A string, I'm kind of a little higher. But if I come down towards the B and high E, my thumb is going to come down even lower. And this is the first thing we want to get used to. And if you've never done this before, it's going to feel a little weird. So play the guitar just like you normally would. If you've got your thumb up here, your wrist tight, that's okay. So shoulder first, relax. Bring the wrist down and let the thumb come down. Now, the next thing we want to do is I want to turn my left hand to the right, and I want to get parallel with the neck. I want my hand to roughly go in the same direction as the guitar neck, right? So I'm going to turn my hand, which is towards the left at the moment, to the right. And what this is going to do is it's going to get my pinky just in a good position, right? So we can move this idea up to somewhere a little bit more comfortable. In my teaching experience, I feel like fret 7, 8, 9, and 10 isn't too much of a stretch or too demanding. So I'm on the G string. That's not premeditated. It's just, okay, I'm going to go to the G string. All right, so now I've got my index finger on fret 7. I've got my middle finger on fret 8, my ring finger on fret 9, and my pinky finger on fret 10. My thumb is roughly in the middle of the guitar neck on that yellow line. And another important thing is I've got my thumb roughly in between my index and middle finger. And I would say that these are the 4 important elements to keep in mind. Shoulder, wrist, thumb, and then the thumb being roughly in between that index and middle finger, just like that. Okay? So when I think of these 4 things, it's automatically easier to set up 7, 8, 9, 10. If I'm tense, if I've got my thumb up here like this, it just doesn't feel good. I've got a lot of tension in my wrist. It honestly hurts. I'm gonna relax the shoulder, bring the wrist down, bring the thumb down, and notice how my hand just kind of turns into position. Okay, so I'm holding a guitar pick, but frankly, that doesn't really matter. At first, I just wanna hold this. It's not a chord, but I want to think of it almost like a chord, right? I've got 7, 8, 9, and 10. And so now what I want to do is at the same time, I want to remove every finger, but just barely. I'm trying to keep all my fingers hovering above the string, right? So I'm focusing on the G string. I'm going to remove all 4 fingers, and I'm going to place them back at the same time. And this is going to feel super awkward. I apologize. But we want to get some independence going, right? So remove them, put them back. Remove them, and put them back. Okay? So now, that's one of many exercises we can do. The second exercise would be to remove all of them except for the index. Okay? So I'm just trying to keep my fingers from going far away from the guitar neck. This is another thing we all do. And we want to start to try to break that habit. So don't let these fingers go super far away. And notice whenever I move my fingers far away, I'm actually turning my hand to the left. Let's try to avoid that. And just remove them and don't let the hand move at all. Okay, so now the first thing I want to do is I just want to practice index to middle, index to middle, no problem. Notice how I keep my ring finger and pinky close to the strings. Now I'm going to do index and ring finger, 7 and 9. Notice how I'm keeping my middle and pinky finger close. And last but not least, I'm going to go 7 and 10, 7 and 10. Index, pinky, index, pinky, right? Not about speed, it's just about control, right? We're focusing on precision. Like I said, I could think of any kind of different fingering combinations, but this is a good place to start. It's not too difficult. The next place I like to go is simply go chromatic. 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7. And the most important thing is to keep the fingers pointing towards the strings, right? Keep your middle finger and pinky finger, especially the pinky finger, close. So again, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7. Okay, so now we've started to kind of get, hopefully, a little bit more comfortable with this idea. And this idea can take about a month to get used to. I remember when I started doing it, I'd been playing the guitar for 3 years already, and it took me a month to adjust, but it's worth it. So a continuation of this idea, and I like this exercise a lot, is this. I'm gonna go 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 7, 10, 9, 10, 8, 10, 9, 10. I keep my index finger down the entire time. I don't have to move it, but this is a very difficult exercise, but if you do this one every day, I promise you're gonna see some results. Now, I like to start high up on the neck because things can feel stretchy, right? And we don't want to feel too stretched out at first. We want to be comfortable. We want to allow the hand to feel as comfortable as possible, and it's not going to feel too good at first. But after a few days, I recommend moving down the neck, maybe coming down to fret 5 and changing the string. For example, going to the high E. When I go to the high E, I let my thumb and hand move down the back of the neck. So I'm almost down below this line right here, and I've got, a lot of comfort here. So my shoulder is going to come down even more. So I'm going to do the same exercise. 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 5, 8, 7, 8, 6, 8, 7, 8. Keep the fingers as close as possible. Stay with that for a couple of days. Move it down again until you're all the way down to fret 1. So I could move it to the low E and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 4, 3, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4. About 89% of you who watch this channel are not subscribed. When you subscribe, it helps in 3 ways. It helps tell YouTube that these videos are worth recommending to other guitar players. It helps keep me inspired to make more lessons, and it helps keep you informed about future lessons that are going to come out. It's free for you, and it makes a huge difference, so please hit subscribe. If this exercise is still a little too difficult and we're not getting control over the pinky, I recommend trying this. So what I'm doing here is I've got my pinky on the B string at fret 8, and I'm simply going to play fret 5 on the high E, fret 6, fret 7, and go back to fret 6 and back to fret 5 on the high E. But I'm keeping that pinky finger down the entire time. Now, what's probably going to happen at first is your pinky finger is going to kind of be a little lazy, and it's going to lean on that high E, right? It's, touching the side. So I'm paying a lot of attention to keep on top of my fingertips, right? So this kind of ensures that I'm really paying close attention to the precision of the fingers, right? Because if I lean that pinky finger over, we're not going to hear the high E at all, right? So this is going to help build a little bit more strength in the pinky finger. And once this starts to feel comfortable, I take it one step further and I move my pinky to the G string, right? So now I'm on fret 8 on the G, and I'm going to do the same thing on the high E. And this just forces that pinky finger to stay down, and it's gonna, like I said, it's just gonna build that strength up, and you're gonna get more and more comfortable with keeping that pinky finger down. In the description below, you can find a link to my Patreon page where I have this chart and every other chart or tablature for every lesson I've made on YouTube so far. And I also recently wrote a book called Master the Guitar Fretboard and Essential Music Theory in just 10 weeks. So if you're interested in taking on that challenge, you can find a link to that in the description below as well. Another thing I'd like to talk about is getting used to stretching the left hand. So I'm going to come to the high E again, and I'm going to use fret 8, fret 10 with my middle finger, and fret 12 with my pinky. So for me, I can even feel a little bit of a stretch up here in this position, but I've got my thumb pretty far down the back of the neck, and for sure the shoulder and wrist are relaxed. And this is not about speed at all. We just kind of want to feel the stretch and get some dexterity built up in the left hand. So I'm just going to hold it. I'm going to hold it and just kind of stretch a little bit, just like you'd stretch out anything else before you were to go exercise, right? And so then slowly, I'm just going to play 8, 10, 12, 10, 8. But keep in mind, I've got these fingers always pointing down towards the guitar neck, down towards the strings, right? And I'm trying to never let them fly away. This takes time, right? So once this feels a little bit more comfortable, I'm simply going to adjust down to fret 7, 7, 9, 11, 9, 7. If that feels okay, keep going. 6, 8, 10, 8, 6. Keep going. 5, 7, 9, 7, 5. I can feel it. 4, 6, 8, 6, 8. Definitely. 3, 5, 7, 5, 3. Definitely feel it. 2, 4, 6. Back to 4 and 2. But now we're done. 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. And just hold that for a little bit. Now I've got quite a bit of a stretched out feeling here between my index and middle finger, but that's natural. You're gonna feel like that, but you'll get used to it. One thing I like to do, which is a little crazy, is I'm gonna try to grab 6 with my pinky, which is extreme. That's a bit of an extreme stretch. I would probably never play anything like this in this position, but just to kind of overcompensate, I'm gonna grab 6, and then I'm going to come back to 5. What this does for me is that overcompensation kind of allows me to trick my brain into thinking like, well, 1, 3, 5 isn't so bad. If I can do 1, 3, 6, which definitely feels like a stretch, 1, 3, 5 isn't so bad. So it's a little trick you can use to help develop some left hand stretching, right? And if I were to move that back up to fret 8, 8, 10, 12, I would just move my pinky to 13 instead of 12. And we can hold that stretch as well. So I like this one a lot. It's difficult, but it's worth it. So like I was saying, I played guitar for years with my thumb above the neck. I mean, I kind of grew up playing rock and roll and blues, and it was just how I played, It was just part of the deal. Nothing wrong with it. I don't come from a hard, old school philosophy that, this is bad or anything like this. I still will do this to this day. But when it comes to playing some other lines that are just, that's kind of a nonsense line, but something that requires 3 fingers and something that requires 1, 2, 3, 4 frets, this technique is perfect for it. So if you know how to play a major scale, I recommend using this technique. You're going to get a lot faster. You're going to get a lot more control. with the left hand. So I hope you enjoy this one, and happy practicing. Thanks for watching and working through the boring stuff that actually works. If this is helping you improve, subscribe. When you subscribe, it keeps me motivated to make future lessons. It helps YouTube tell other guitar players about my channel, and it's going to help keep you informed about future lessons. More is coming soon. Hit subscribe.